Welcome, everyone, to this week astrology for the week of August 31st to September 6th. I hope everybody is doing well. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. And, of course, welcome back if you're returning. I'm Joshua the Psychic, and you can check out my website, psychicsun.com, if there's anything I can do for you. So let's talk about what happened since last we met. We've had our new moon in Virgo on the 23rd if you're on the East Coast, and very late on the 22nd if you are on the West Coast. So now we're under our waxing moon cycle. That's the period of time from the new moon to the full moon during which we're drawing in energy, we're focusing on what we want, and we're taking inspired action. And that waxing moon cycle will last until September 7th, at which point we'll have our Pisces full moon lunar eclipse, and TarotScopes for that are in the description below. So do check those out. So let's talk about this week and how you can make the most of it, make the most of just one small day, because that's what we do here on This Week Astrology. So on Sunday, the 31st of August, it is the sun's day. Sunday is the sun's day. So it's a good idea to do whatever it is that lights you up with joy and maybe even get some sunshine. And of course, we're still under our waxing moon cycle. This is the last week of our waxing moon cycle. So we're focusing on what we want and taking inspired action. And we start our week with the moon in Sagittarius. Keywords for your Sagittarius moon on Sunday: adventurous, optimistic, philosophical, honest, generous, bold, enthusiastic, restless, idealistic, and open-minded. And 31, numerologically, embodies determination and independence. It signifies initiative, innovation, and leadership, merging ambition with self-reliance. And no aspects on Sunday, but it is Eat Outside Day, which is perfect for the Sagittarius moon that we also have on Sunday. Enjoy a meal in the open air. Fresh breezes lift your spirits. Nature restores balance, and every bite tastes a little brighter under the sky. So do enjoy Eat Outside Day on Sunday, on your Labor Day weekend. And on Monday, the 1st of September, happy September, everyone, and happy Labor Day. Monday is the moon's day, the most sensitive, porous day of the week. So be sure to nurture your subconscious mind, focus on what you want, and don't give yourself the luxury of a negative thought if you can help it. And it's a waxing moon cycle, the last week of that, of course. So we're drawing in energy and focusing on what we want and taking inspired action. Your moon will be in Sagittarius most of your day on Monday until 9:44 p.m. East. So throughout the day on Monday, explore, expand, and keep an open mind. Then, come 9:44 p.m. Eastern on Monday, the moon will shift to Capricorn. That's going to help us to ground our vision, to set goals, and to take steady, practical steps. And numerologically on Monday, it's a 1. 1 represents new beginnings and independence, signifying initiative, uniqueness, and courage. Think fresh starts and personal strength. And happy Labor Day, everyone. I hope you enjoy your day off or whatever barbecues or fun activities you have planned. This is a moment to honor hard work and dedication. So pause, recharge, and celebrate the balance between effort and well-earned rest. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Also, on Monday, Saturn, planet of discipline, restriction, and responsibility, will turn retrograde in Pisces. Now, Saturn has been retrograde in Aries, and now it's backing into Pisces, and it will be staying retrograde in Pisces until November 27th. As Saturn moves back into Pisces from Aries, reflection deepens around boundaries, responsibility, and spiritual lessons. Discipline now meets intuition. Pisces is very intuitive, asking you to review commitments with compassion. It's a powerful time to reassess structures that support healing, creativity, and your inner faith. To make the most of this retrograde from September 1st to November 27th, reflect with compassion. Revisit emotional or spiritual patterns that need structure. Strengthen your foundations, build supportive practices for healing, creativity, and growth. with Saturn in Pisces, we're having to be responsible for our spirituality and especially our subconscious mind, our beliefs, where we're being asked to take responsibility for those. And balance discipline and faith, blend responsibility with trust in life's flow. And that's key to Pisces energy. So note that Saturn remains in Pisces until February 14th, 2026. Then it's going to enter Aries, where it will stay until April 15th, 2028. So do enjoy Saturn's retrograde in Pisces. It's going to help you to really refine your systems and processes and structures, especially those around imagination, creativity, your subconscious, and spirituality. And on Tuesday, the 2nd of September, the day after Labor Day, Tuesday is Mars's day, the planet of action, drive, and initiative. So if you need to get something done, or you need to have some courage, extra courage to do something, well, Tuesday is your day. And of course, we're still under the waxing moon cycle, so we're drawing in energy and visualizing what we want and taking inspired action. Your moon will be in Capricorn all day on Tuesday. Keywords for Capricorn include ambitious, disciplined, practical, responsible, resourceful, determined, hardworking, strategic, reserved, and realistic. And 2, numerologically on Tuesday, represents balance and partnership. It signifies harmony, adaptability, and cooperation. Think relationships and diplomacy on Tuesday. And it's also Telephone Tuesday. I never heard of this holiday, but it's the day after Labor Day, where apparently our phones tend to ring off the hook. I did not know this. Conversations spark and connections multiply on Telephone Tuesday. It's a reminder of the power of reaching out, tying up loose ends, and opening new doors with just one phone call. So apparently the day after Labor Day is really big for phone calls. Maybe you're getting into work and there's a lot of phone messages that you receive that you have to return, or maybe you're just going to catch up with some friends and some family and wish them a happy September. Also on Tuesday, Mercury, planet of communication, enters Virgo, and it will stay there until September 18th. As Mercury enters Virgo, the mind sharpens for detail, analysis, and practical problem solving. This transit favors organization, precision, and refining your approach to daily tasks. Communication becomes clearer, more thoughtful, and focused on what's useful. Virgo doesn't want anything around that doesn't serve any practical purpose. It's an ideal time to edit, plan, and bring order to areas that need efficiency and structure. To make the most of this transit from September 2nd to September 18th, get organized, tackle your clutter, streamline your routines, and refine your systems. Think critically. Use discernment, a key Virgo word, to solve problems with clarity and logic. And polish your communications. Aim for precision in writing, planning, and conversation. Mercury is very happy in Virgo. It is one of the signs that Mercury is ruled by. The other, of course, being Gemini. So this is perfect for back to school if you're either getting your kids to go back to school now around this time, or you're going back to school. I feel like September always has that new energy because we're used to from our childhoods going back to school. So this is a nice energy to get things really organized and set yourself up for success. And on 3rd of September, Wednesday is Mercury's day. The planet of communication rules your day. So it might be a good idea to pad your schedule with some extra wiggle room, as you never know what might come up out of the blue on Mercury's day. And of course, we're under our waxing moon cycle still, so we're focusing on what we want, visualizing what we want, and taking inspired action. Those intuitive nudges you'll get after you visualize. And your moon will be in Capricorn again all day on Wednesday, so stay focused and handle responsibilities with patience. It's a great day for steady progress, planning ahead, and building lasting results. Numerologically, Wednesday is the 3. because it's the 3rd of September. 3 represents creativity and self-expression. If you know the tarot, well, 3 is ruled by the Empress. And it's a great card because it's all about abundance and love and often celebration. 3 represents creativity and self-expression, signifying imagination, enthusiasm, and spontaneity. Think artistic ventures and communication. And we also have a square. Mercury and Virgo will square Uranus and Gemini, so expect mental sparks, quick pivots, and surprising news. Definitely keep grounded because there may be some news that comes up with this square on Mercury's day. Stay flexible. Breakthroughs come when you release rigid thinking. And squares demand change, so there'll be something that most likely needs to change. The rubber meets the road with this square on Wednesday. Also on Wednesday, it's U.S. Bowling League Day. Bowling is an ideal activity to enjoy any time of year. You can head to the bowling alley with friends or family. It never gets old or dull. But did you know that in the 1830s and 40s, a ban was placed on bowling by officials based in Connecticut? Excessive gambling was linked with the activity, posing a threat, they thought, to public welfare. Now, at the time, bowling featured 9 pins, and that was what was specifically outlawed. But players found a way around this by adding an extra pin, making the game 10-pin. And that's how they were able to do it legally. Very crafty, don't you think? And the next evolution of the game happened when the automatic pin setter revolutionized bowling in the 1950s. I'm guessing prior to that, you probably had some bowling alley attendant setting up the pins, which probably is one of the worst jobs ever. So now we have automatic pin setters. So enjoy some bowling on Wednesday. And on Thursday, the 4th of September, Thursday is Jupiter's day, the planet of luck and abundance. So do enjoy Jupiter's day. Be sure to think big and to doubt your limits. And of course, this is one of the last few days before our full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. So one of the last few days of our waxing moon cycle. So we're focusing on what we want, visualizing what we want, and taking in. Now your moon will be in Capricorn on Thursday until 6:31 a.m. Eastern. So we're focusing, planning, and taking care of our responsibilities. Come 6:31 a.m. Eastern, early in your morning on Thursday, Luna will shift into Aquarius. So during that time, welcome fresh ideas, connect socially, and embrace innovation. And 4, numerologically, for your 4th of September, represents stability and practicality. It signifies structure, determination, and reliability. Think systematic efforts. Now, we also have another square on Thursday. So there's going to be some need for change, some push for change, most likely on Thursday when the rubber meets the road again. Mars in Libra will square Jupiter in Cancer. Sparks of bold energy push for more, but watch out for overreach or exaggeration. It also is a good idea to underpromise and overdeliver, right? Because when we have Jupiter involved in an aspect, you may get a Superman complex, right? And think, oh, of course I can do it. It's better to underestimate yourself as opposed to overestimate yourself, right? So channel drive into decisive yet balanced action. Also on Wednesday, it's National Macadamia Nut Day. So celebrate Australia's underrated gem, macadamia nuts. Australia is mostly known for its wildlife and beautiful landscapes, but it's also home to the glorious macadamia nut. Metaphysically, macadamia nuts are known to increase ingenuity, creativity, and to help overcome challenges. So that's a good excuse to eat some macadamia nuts, to overcome any challenges, and to celebrate the Aussies, right? Because that's where macadamia nuts come from. So enjoy those on Thursday as well. And on Friday, the 5th of September, Friday is Venus's day, planet of love, beauty, abundance, and money. So be sure to spread as much love around as possible on Venus's day. We should be doing that every day, of course, but particularly on Venus's day. And this is one of your last days of your waxing moon cycle. So be sure to focus on what you want, visualize what you want, and take inspired action. Those intuitive hits or nudges that you get from the universe, be sure to follow those. And you may have a very easy time doing so since the moon will be in Aquarius. You may experience flashes of insight. Keywords for your Aquarius moon on Friday: innovative, independent, humanitarian, eccentric, intellectual, unconventional, friendly, visionary, and progressive. And numerologically, 5 on Friday represents adventure and freedom, signifying curiosity, flexibility, and unpredictability. Think exploration and adaptability. So it's going to be important to be flexible on Friday, the 5th of September, because 5s can pertain to change and conflict with change. There may be some adjustment to the plan. Remember, all circumstances are neutral, so you can take whatever happens that's unexpected and leverage it to your greatest advantage. And while you're doing that, you need to have some cheese pizza because it's cheese pizza day. Simple, classic, and comforting. This timeless favorite reminds us that joy doesn't always need extra toppings. Just the perfect balance of crust, sauce, and melted goodness. So I hope you enjoy some pizza on Friday as well. That sounds like a lot of fun. Also on Friday, Uranus, planet of revolution, awakening, and change, retrogrades in Gemini. And it will stay retro in Gemini until November 7th. So as Uranus retrogrades in the sign of Gemini, shifts in communication, tech, and ideas turn inward. This period invites reflection on freedom, learning, and how you connect with others. Innovation pauses for review, urging you to rethink how you think, how you relate, and how you share information. So when Uranus is retrograde, what we're doing is we're getting comfortable with the changes that we may want to make on the inside. So say you might want to move. Before you actually move, you need to get comfortable with the idea of making that change internally. And then theoretically, when Uranus goes direct, you'll externalize those changes and move. And about anything that you might be wanting to make changes in your life for, this is a really good time to reflect and really experience those changes internally. That's going to help you to externalize them more seamlessly later. To make the most of this retrograde, rethink your connections, reassess the networks, friendships, and ideas that spark growth. Innovate within. Try new approaches to learning, writing, and communication. Stay flexible. Let shifting perspectives inspire clarity and creativity. So you may be feeling or thinking differently about things, and that will make you feel differently about things. So this is a wonderful time for reflection. Note that Uranus just left Taurus only a few months ago on July 7th, 2025. Now, it will stay retrograde on November 7th and then it will move backwards into Taurus again. Uranus will then turn direct on February 3rd, 2026. Then it will re-enter Gemini on April 25th, 2026, where it's going to stay until May 22nd, 2033. So we're definitely having to revolutionize the way that we think, the way that we communicate with other people, the way that we chat, and the way we socialize, right? Because Gemini is a very, very social sign. So do enjoy this retrograde period and allow it to help you to get comfortable with those changes that you may want to make. And on Saturday, the 6th of September, Saturday is Saturn's day, planet of discipline, restriction, and responsibility. So it's a good day to get your ducks in a row, set yourself up for success for the week ahead. And of course, this is our last day, our very last day of the waxing moon cycle from that Virgo New Moon that we had on the 23rd of August. And the next day, on the 7th, we'll have our full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. So definitely check out your TarotScopes for that. They're linked in the description below. On Saturday, your moon will be in Aquarius until 11:54 a.m. Eastern. So connect, innovate, think freely. And then come 11:54 a.m. East, Lunar will shift to Pisces. So follow your intuition, dream, and recharge your spirit. 6, numerologically, on the 6th of September, on Saturday, represents care and responsibility. It signifies nurturing, protection, and service. Think empathy and commitment. And it's coffee ice cream day. I didn't always love coffee ice cream, but nowadays I certainly do. A scoop of rich comfort swirled with a jolt of energy, blending indulgence and awakening. Coffee ice cream day is a sweet reminder that pleasure and pick-me-up can go hand in hand. So enjoy that on Saturday. Well, we did it, folks. We did it. We went through every single day of the week. Sorry I couldn't join you live today, but you got your week all set up for yourselves, so I hope you enjoy it. Do check out my website, psychicsun.com, if there's anything I can do for you, as well as my free resources in the description below. Have a great week, everybody, and I will see you soon.